Hello beautiful people, I'm DJ and welcome back to my channel DJ Cooks and Books. I have changed the channel name from Indian Cooks and Books to DJ Cooks and Books because I think it makes more sense. And as per the name, I have cooked or baked rather this cake, strawberry and chocolate cake. It doesn't look that good. I mean, like the presentation could have used a little more finesse, but it is what it is. It's Friday night. I've made myself a late night brew. Cheers. Please get yourself a cup of tea or coffee or a beverage of your choice. It's like 11 p.m. and I'm drinking coffee. I probably am not going to sleep well. Cheers with this cake as well. I like it. It's kind of gooey, chewy, soft in the middle. The coffee is nice. Piece with strawberry. The combination of strawberry and chocolate is so nice. Yum. Ironic now that I have changed the name. I am making a book haul of Indian books written by Indian women. So I'll start right away. Let me just drink a sip of coffee. The first book is by Jhumpa Lahiri, very famous author. The Namesake. There was a movie as well on this. I'll just read. Gogol was named in haste after his father's favorite author. Growing up in an Indian family in suburban America, he finds himself yearning to cast off his awkward name and with it, the inherited values it represents. Determined to live a life far removed from that of his parents, Gogol sets off to his own path, only to discover that the search for identity depends on much more than a name. It comes highly recommended by a lot of people. So I hold it. Let's see how it goes. I am going to get to it soon, hopefully. The next book that I've been wanting to read for a while is The Mistress of Spices by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. I was recommended this book by a colleague, and ever since I've been curious. Tilo, an immigrant from India, runs a spice shop in Oakland, California. While she supplies the ingredients for curries and kormas, she also helps her customers to gain a more precious commodity, whatever they most desire. For Tilo is a mistress of spices, a priestess of the secret magical powers of spices, through those who visit and revisit her shop, she catches glimpses of the life of the local Indian expatriate community. To each, Tilo dispenses wisdom and the appropriate spice for the restoration of sight, the cleansing of evil, the pain of rejection. But when a lonely American ventures into the store, a troubled Tilo cannot find the correct spice, for he arouses in her a forbidden desire, which, if she follows, will destroy her magical powers. This is so intriguing. I really want to read it as soon as possible. The next book again does not need introduction. It is The Tomb of Sand by Geetanjali Shri and translated by Daisy Rockwell. It won the International Booker Prize last year, and it is set in northern India. An 80-year-old woman slips into a deep depression after the death of her husband and then resurfaces to gain a new lease on life. Her determination to fly in the face of convention, including striking up a friendship with a transgender person, confuses her bohemian daughter, who is used to thinking of herself as the more modern of the two. To her family's consternation, Ma insists on traveling to Pakistan, simultaneously confronting the unresolved trauma of her teenage experiences of partition and re-evaluating what it means to be a mother, a daughter, a woman, a feminist. That is poignant. A cake break. So I also want to read it. I'm a little ashamed that I haven't gotten to these books before. Like you see the next one, it's recommended by everyone. Everybody and their mom has read The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. I'm going to read the back of it. Still, to say that it all began when Sophie Moll came to IMNM is only one way of looking at it. It could be argued that it actually began thousands of years ago, long before the Marxists came, before the British took Malabar, before the Dutch ascendancy, before Vasco da Gama arrived, before the Zamorins' conquest of Calicut, before Christianity arrived in a boat and seeped into Kerala like tea from a tea bag. That is, that it really began in the days when the love laws were made, the laws that lay down who should be loved and how much. Wow, I've never wanted to read Indian books so much as I want right now. And it's ironic that I have started wanting to read it after Indian literature, after I changed the channel name from Indian Cooks and Books to DJ Cooks and Books. And also that I'm cooking and booking now, like, let's go baby. It's not cooking, but I'm baking, and it's good. I make coffee, like, pat on my back, 10 on 10. The next book has gorgeous cover. Like, I love this cover. Look at the green color, look at the font, everything is so cool. This won the JCB award, JCB prize for last year. I think it was shortlisted, not won. Maybe it won. I forget. It's called Wali by Sheila Tommy. Wali was originally written in Malayalam, which is the regional language of the state of Kerala in the south of India, and it was translated from Malayalam to English by Jayashree Kalapil, and the writer is Sheila Tommy. It's her debut novel and it's been praised so much. I'm going to read what it is about. And that even after the mountains melt in the searing heat, after the earth becomes parched and the plants wilt, a season of mist will arrive to soothe and to console. That even though we are dust, death is not the last word. Sweeping, filled with fiery passion, Wali is one of the most powerful novels I've read in the last few decades. There are books you love and books that change you. Wali was both for me. Nilanjana S. Roy, author of The Wildings. It sounds really good. It's set in a town called Wayanad, as far as I know. And Sheila Tommy is from a village in Wayanad, or the village is called Wayanad. And it's so full of beauty. I've checked out like a small YouTube video. I'll link it in the description, made by, I think, the official JCB Prize YouTube channel, where you see the glimpses of the village that this story is set in, and I'm so curious to read it. Wali means, I think, the creepers or the plants that creep up on the porch and on the picket fence, etc. Look at the cover again. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, so beautiful. And last but not the least, Gin Patrol on the Purple Line. I've been wanting to read it for so long. Everybody has praised it, everybody loves it, and I haven't gotten to it. It's written by Deepa Annapara and it's well loved everywhere, and I am finally going to get to it soon. So all these books written by women, Indian women, I recently ordered all of this because it's the Women's Day soon, and this is a homage. I think if I can pay a little homage to Indian authors, women who write amazing books. Let's read what this book is about. 9-year-old Jay drools outside sweet shops, watches too many reality police shows, and considers himself to be smarter than his friends Pari and Faiz. When a classmate goes missing, Jay decides to use the crime-solving skills he has picked up from TV to find him. He asks Pari and Faiz to be his assistants, and together they draw up lists of people to interview and places to visit. But what begins as a game turns sinister as other children start disappearing from their neighborhood. Jay, Pari, and Faiz have to confront terrified parents, an indifferent police force, and rumors of soul snatching jinns. As the disappearances edge over closer to home, the lives of Jay and his friends will never be the same again. Drawing on real incidents and a spate of disappearances in metropolitan India, Jinn Patrol on the Purple Line is extraordinarily moving, flawlessly imagined, and a triumph of suspense. It captures the fierce warmth, resilience, and bravery that can emerge in times of trouble and carries the reader headlong into a world that once encountered is impossible to forget. My God. Look at this book. Oh my God, it's so impactful. I mean, if you have watched, I think everybody has watched Slumdog Millionaire, and this probably is little more something up my alley than Slumdog Millionaire or the the book that I read last month. You know which one. The one which like inspired me to rant about it for half an hour on YouTube, by Deepthi Kapoor, Age of Wise. If you want to check out me whining about it, click on wherever. I'll put it in the card. But this sounds so much more up my alley. It also sounds a little bit familiar to a non-fiction book about slums in India, or in Mumbai especially, called Behind the Beautiful Forevers, written by, I think, Catherine Boo. I'm not exactly sure, but I read it a few years ago because I think John Green recommended it, and it was so good. That book was amazing. Like, it gave me goosebumps. Like, it was so realistic, and it didn't seem like non-fiction. It seemed like fictional story. It's incredible. This is my 6th book. Let me arrange them. I'm going to make more of these videos where I just cook and book and eat. You guys eat with me too, if you want to. I quite like watching people eat. I think it's weird. Do you think it's weird? Like, watch a lot of people who just eat on camera. I cook this, I bake this, so I'm at least trying to add another layer to it. I'm just not eating copious amount of food on camera, but I do quite enjoy that as well. I don't know, it's a guilty pleasure, or am I guilty? I'm not guilty of that. My video is pretty long. If you want to click off, then that is fine, but I'm just going to eat. I'm going to finish this, maybe speed up the video. Done. I'm done with eating, and probably my teeth are gross, so I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care, please.